Women's 800.
Yeah.
Nia Akins gets through. Pretty impressive. Not pretty impressive. Extremely impressive for her and to get in comfortably, which Hodgkinson gets through. Raevyn Rogers takes the risk. It's a slow round, but gets in on top two. Gemma
Yeah.
Reekie ran great for Great Britain. So you have Hodgkinson, Akins, Reekie, Rogers, and then we have that third heat. Mary Mora, Athing Mu, and we see Athing Mu
My heart
get
pounded out of my
blitzed or
chest.
something with 350 meters to go. Basically, almost falls. It's a complete 180. It looks like she's running in the opposite direction for a moment. And the field is gone. And there was a point when I was like, if she like tweaks something, it's over. If there was a little bit of like an ankle tweak, she's not going to be able to put pressure on that and be able to power through it. But luckily, there was no weird tweak or like pull muscle that happened because it looked like it could have pulled a muscle. She was able to just stay calm, and seeing her easily get back to the front against a field that was led by Mary Mora, who some say is the third, if not second best runner in the world. I think Mo is going to destroy this 800 final. Like, she is just in a different wheelhouse. She literally stopped, took a picture, took a selfie. Hey, my ankle's weird, and then caught up everyone and then easily qualified. It was ridiculous.
Did you have a panic attack? Did you have
I did
a panic
because I had
attack?
money on her to
did.
win. I had panic attack. Yeah.
So you're like, I need you to get through.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think it even personally from when I was viewing this, it almost looked like leading into that final lap, like before 350 meters to go, it looked like she was getting bumped a couple times. And I'm watching her and I'm like, she looks uncomfortable right now. Like, not uncomfortable because of the pace, but uncomfortable of like her surroundings. That's what it looked like. And then before I knew it, Athing Mu does a 180. Someone goes down. I'm like, Athing Mu, please don't fall. Stays on her feet. I feel like there was some pushing happening going into that final lap. And then all of a sudden we just saw the snowball effect and it just happened. I'm happy she stayed on her feet.
Yeah.
Cruised through.
If there was any doubt, because obviously there was a thought maybe she wasn't going to compete here, that semifinal showed that she is 100% the Athing Mu we know from last year and the year before. I think she's probably more even the Athing Mu of 2 years ago where she was better, because she was better 2 years ago than she was last year. Athing's not losing. Athing is going to win this thing easily. It's not even going to be close. There was thoughts it could be close because you saw Keeley have a great indoor season. Mary Mora was beating Keeley. You're like, these two women, Mary Mora and Keeley Hoskins, are like on fire. And Athing Mu has, I don't even know if I'm going to run. I'm going to do the 1500. Oh, yeah, I only ran like 158. Like, there's a lot of just like, what's going on with Athing Mu? She cares more about the 2024 Olympics than 2023. Meanwhile, these other two women are going crazy. That entire take or thought process went out the door when you watch that last 300 meters. Because then you're like, oh, okay. She literally knows she is I can turn on the switch whenever type athlete. You ask me to turn on the switch, and I go from here to here.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be heavy favored in that final. I got her at plus 115 to win, which is great, plus money. She's going to be like minus 300 to win after watching that final. After watching that semifinal.
Yeah. So now, just looking into the finals, we have 3 Americans, right?
Yeah, all
three.
Do we
see potentially 2 Americans medaling?
Mary Mora and Keeley are really good.
Right.
And Akins is having I feel like Akins is having it's Akins or Akins? I'm sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly. Nia is having kind of an out-of-body type season. The way she ran at USA's, the way she's easily getting through to the final here. Rogers, we've seen over and over do this, but I think it's going to be fast. I don't think Rogers is prepared to run 156 low. I think you're going to have to run 156 low to medal. And I also think Akins isn't ready to run 156 low. I think they can both run I think if it's slow, if it's like a 157, 158 win, then yes, I think 2 Americans could medal, but it's not. It's going to be fast. Someone's going to take it out, and the winning time is going to be 155 low. Second place is going to be 155, and then third place is going to be like 156 low. So I just don't think Rogers or Akins can do that. They both could medal in a kick race, but it's not going to be a kick race. So I'd say just one medalist, and it'll be Athing Mu.
Awesome.
I also could be completely wrong, and everything I said could be completely opposite. Because
like
based
Gordon
on
has
my bets,
inside scoop. Talked to every single woman that's going to be in that final and was like, this is how the race is going to go. This is their race strategy.
Gordon, listen to FloTrack podcast.
I think this is the perfect example to be like, run Athing Mu's race in this 800 final.
Yeah,
run Athing Mu's race.
I'm trying to think, how would I beat Athing Mu? If I'm Keely or if I'm Mary?
Collectively, all 7 women have to box her in.
I think the only way Keely and Mary could beat Athing is if they work together, but they wouldn't.
No, every woman for themselves.
But if you want to beat Athing, you're gonna need 2 women to like box her in and make it really hard for her. You need to pull a sacrificial lamb type situation, which all other 7 women are like, no, I'm not sacrificing my opportunity. But then if no one sacrifices, Athing Mu's like, okay, I'll just win again. So I think the way to beat Athing would be I'm trying to think.
She has a kick.
Yeah. I don't think
she can lead. She can come from behind.
To be honest, I think
what are her Athing Mu's flaws right now? Like, what are her flaws?
What's her best chance? The best chance to beat Athing would be to try to like, I'm going to run 154 and let's just see if she can do it. That's the only way. If it's it's a 158, Athing has so much speed, and she'll have enough time to get around whatever she needs to get around in a sit and kick race. I think the only way is like, you got to make it 154 and then see if Athing falls apart in the final 50, which happens. The greats fall apart. Jakob Ingebrigtsen fell apart in the final 50. It could happen. So if Keely or Mary want to win, you got to go out in 56 and close in like 58.